This woman accidentally opened the legendary Book of Life. At that very moment, every supernatural creature in the world felt a powerful surge of energy, and the strongest reaction came from the vampires. The female lead, Diana, instantly panicked because the words in the book started crawling onto her body. Terrified, she forced the letters back into the book and sealed it again. But even so, the Book of Life had already chosen her. It left a mark burned into her hand. She returned the book, rushed out of the library, completely shaken. Her mind was flooded with voices, and she even thought she saw her father, who had been dead for many years. Her strange behavior caught the attention of a vampire nearby, Matthew. From Diana's conversation with her friend, he realized the Book of Life had reappeared. Matthew was overwhelmed with excitement. He had been searching for this book for hundreds of years because it determines the future of the vampire race. The Book of Life contains experimental records left by the first vampire, as well as the entire history of vampire evolution. But most importantly, modern vampires have a serious problem. They can no longer turn humans into vampires. Something in the process has gone wrong. After drinking vampire blood, humans don't survive more than 10 seconds. This has thrown the entire vampire world into panic. That's why they've been desperately searching for the Book of Life. What they never expected was that the book chose Diana, an ordinary-looking woman who happens to be a gifted witch that refuses to practice magic. She's also a history professor at Oxford University in the UK, obsessed with alchemy and alchemists. She truly believes Newton and Einstein were alchemists. Even though Diana knows she's a witch, she has never used her powers. She just wants to live as a normal person. What Diana doesn't know is that the magic inside her is unbelievably powerful. She can bend reality with her words, travel through time and space, and when she cries, the sky reigns with her. Her magical archery skills are completely unstoppable. What Diana also doesn't know is that the moment she opened the Book of Life, countless people traced her identity. Among them were vampire elders and even bounty-hunting witches. Matthew was one of them, but he had no intention of hurting Diana. On the night Diana opened the Book of Life, Matthew found her. Even from 10 meters away, he could feel the violent magical energy surging inside her. So he decided to cooperate with her and earn her trust. At the same time, Diana instantly sensed that Matthew was a vampire, but from his behavior, she felt no hostility. After learning why Matthew had come, she told him everything she remembered seeing in the book.
The only page I saw showed a baby floating in an upside-down vessel. It was probably the alchemical child, although I've never seen it represented like that before.
After hearing this, Matthew bowed respectfully to Diana. After centuries of searching, the woman standing in front of him was the vampire race's only hope. But the vampire elders didn't see it that way. They went to Oxford and confronted Diana, using threats and temptation to force her to hand over the Book of Life. Their words were filled with menace, and Diana, seeing their attitude, turned around and walked away without hesitation, giving them no respect at all. That very night, at the freshman party, the vampire elder Knox tried to control Diana with his mind, forcing her to reveal the book's location. But in the next second,
Get out of my head!
the sheer power of her magic shocked him. He never expected such strength from a young witch. Afterward, Diana went to confide in her closest friend, but that's when she discovered that Knox was already there. From her friend's expression, Diana finally realized she had been betrayed. Holding back tears, she left. Only then did she understand. All those questions her friend had been asking about the book were never innocent. Compared to that, Diana thought of Matthew. He never threatened her, never tried to hurt her, and even struggled to control his thirst in front of her. He also warned her to be careful of the council. At that moment, Diana realized Matthew might be the only one who could help her. Soon after, she went to the address Matthew gave her. After hearing what she'd been through, Matthew showed deep sympathy. He told her the elders would do anything for the Book of Life. Then he took her to his lab and showed her a genetic chart. It belonged to a recently deceased witch, whose ancestors dated back to the Salem era. Her bloodline was incredibly powerful, but over generations, that power had been fading. In just 1 or 2 more generations, they would become ordinary humans. And this wasn't just a witch problem. All supernatural beings were facing the same crisis. That's why the Book of Life is so important, because it contains spells left by the first witch of Salem, capable of saving every supernatural race. After hearing all this, Diana finally understood. She decided to help Matthew. As the days passed, their relationship grew closer and closer. But soon after, when Diana returned to the library to find the Book of Life again, something went terribly wrong. Knox arrived with his men and surrounded the library. He even violated the supernatural treaty and injured the librarian. Seeing this, Diana completely lost control. Her magic erupted at full force. The overwhelming pressure of her power sent Knox flying. had to be dragged away by his men. But Diana couldn't control the energy. She quickly collapsed to the ground, completely drained. She had no idea how to stop it. Just then, Matthew arrived in time and managed to stabilize her. Afterward, they returned to Matthew's place. They finally acknowledged their feelings for each other, and Matthew made his decision to take Diana away to meet his people.